Epimanly, for the well-groomed man of the 90s. Epimanly gently removes unsightly nose hairs, and because Epimanly takes the hair from the root, you can go longer between trimmings. Epimanly's patented lift and yank action gently lifts and yanks the hair from the root. Epimanly's turbine rotary blades cast a gentle breeze over your face. Epimanly, for the well-groomed man of the 90s. Sold at fine stores everywhere.
Epimanly.
Epimanly, for the well-groomed man of the 90s.
Second attempt. One. Blue's a lucky one.
3, 4, 5, 6.
This is a healthy competition going on here.
7, 8, 9.
You got 9? 10! Yay! You got it! A new world record! Yay! What do you have to say for yourself?
11,
Oh my God.
12,
12, 13,
14,
14,
15,
15,
15.
15. Now, what's your name again?
Alex Kraus,
Alex Kraus from...
Sturgeon Bay.
Thank you, Alex Kraus. Welcome back to Truth Quest. My name is Aaron Moriarity. I will be your host, and we're going on a quest for truth. Together, threegether, fourgether, together. Here we are once again, friends. Why, it's Monday. It's Monday. It's fun day. And welcome back to the Truth Quest, because we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious, and the paranormal is the new normal. Don't you know it? Oh, yeah. Boy, I tell you, UFO info is just all over the place now, trying to bust out again. We'll see how much of it makes it. I don't have my hopes up too high. I've been burned before. Boy, I thought 1997 was supposed to be the big year for disclosure. And I was so excited about that. Some things did happen, but we didn't get the big thing, you know, but might not ever get it. That's why I always more listen to whistleblowers and experiencers over like the Richard Dolans and, you know, the TV UFO people, whatever, UAP. Yeah, they've given up on the whole UFO thing. Anyhowser, well, we haven't, have we? And we are all earthlings or other things. Who knows where we're from? We might never know, and that's probably a good thing, maybe. Alrighty, Aphrodite. Well, let's cruise on over to where we going? Chatlandia. Why, it's a crazy little place out here on the intranet where all of our friends can gather, and if they clean their glasses, they can see a little better too. Oh yeah, excuse me while I do that. Oh boy, I think I need new glasses, folks. You know that? Maybe I should take them to Lens Crackers and see what they can do. Sometimes a good Kraken can really help them. Gonna break out the Kraken. Watch out for the Kraken. Oh, look, and let's see who's here. Why, first up, we had Weiss123. That's Catherine Weiss. She's one of our Ultramods. She says, hi, Aaron. And then she also says, I'll be over on YouTube tonight. Alrighty then. And Kathy also says, hi, Peggy. And then I over there on YouTube. No, this is still on. Excuse me. Rumble. I said hi, Waste123. Okay. And then I went over there on YouTube and I said hi, Kathy. I snuck in there before she got there. And then she says hi, Aaron, over there on YouTube. And then I went over to the portrait. Sometimes I don't get over there, so I wanted to get over there and leave a little message. Hi, Ultramods and Truth Questers. Alrighty then. Look at that. And there's Cap 78 Pack. Why, that's Peggy Dancer, another one of our Ultramods. And she says, hi, Aaron. Hi, Weiss123 Kathy. I'll be here. And then Peggy Dancer says, hi, Aaron. Hi, Catherine Weiss. I'll be over on Rumble, at Rumble. And then I said, hi, Cap 78 Pack. Okay. Oh, and there's Kathy on the portrait. She says, hi, Aaron. And then Kathy also says, hi, Peggy, over there on the portrait channel. And Kathy also put this out. Look at this. Please like and share this video with your friends, family, and social media. You can even send it to your enemies. Let's just face it. Maybe you'll mend some fences and you'll make friends and all be happy in the chat. We're all happy in the chat, aren't we now? Thanks, Kathy, for putting that out there. Oh, and look who else is here. Former classmate, fellow Mound Westonka alum at the BK. He says, Truth Quest. Yes, Truth Quest. Here we are, questing for that darn truth that we never could find. Find little bits and pieces of it here and there. And Kathy says, hi, the BK. And then I got to go over there and say hi. Hi, BK. Hi, the BK. And the wavy hand, the pink wavy hand. I hope that doesn't have some sort of strange meaning. You never know these days. They're always coming up with, oh, this means this now. The first thing I remember like that was back in high school or maybe junior high. There was this strange trend of boys, young men, getting earrings. And so some guys were getting earrings. They'd only get it in one ear. And the deal was, so we heard from the, from the kid grapevine, oh, if it's on the left ear or was it the right ear, then they're gay. Well, just because they're gay doesn't mean they're happy. Just remember that. All right. All righty, Aphrodite. Well, we're all through that now. And thank you all for being here. And I had a wonderful birthday. Where did that go? I got something for my daughter, and now I can't find it. I put it somewhere where it'd be out of the way of the kids, and I can't remember where I found it, where I put it. It's a little troll doll, but it's of Trump with troll hair. It's so cute. It's so cute. And I got this little cardinal from my mother for my birthday. Look at this. She made this. As you may or may not know, my mom carves and paints intricate birds and ducks and all kinds of lot of fowl. I call it fowl. My mom doesn't use foul language, but she does carve fowl. There you go. There it is. And happy birthday, it says on the card. Look at that. Oh, and look at that. Love, Mom. Isn't that beautiful? So that was awesome. Boy, gee, I wish I had that. I wish I knew exactly where I put. This is what happens. when you put something somewhere, oh, I'll put it here. I'll remember that. And then you're like, okay, where did I put that thing again? And the BK says the left is right and the right is wrong. What? I don't know. I see. I don't think when you talk about Trump, it's not right or left. It's a whole different thing. It's like a super patriot. Beautiful bird, Catherine Weiss says. Well, thank you, Kathy. And look, Riley is here. Hello, Riley. Buddy Holly is over. Okay. Buddy Holly is over. Earrings. Oh. Left is right. Right is wrong. Okay, left ear is right. Right is wrong. I'm a little confused. It might be some sort of code. I vaguely just only kind of remember that. That's just the first thing I could remember about, And do you know why pirates wore earrings? Now, at least they had a really good reason for wearing an earring. A pirate would wear a gold earring, like just a hoop, pretty thick one. And they did it for one reason, and that was if they should happen to be forced to walk the plank or for some reason get washed overboard and get washed up on a shore somewhere, that earring would be worth enough to bury the pirate. So it's actually, pirates were actually wearing earrings as a kind of a generosity to strangers. Like, please bury me. Here's my earring. So I respect that reason for wearing an earring, but just to signal who you might, I don't know, man. I would never, ever get an earring because to me, guys don't wear earrings, right? I never understood that whole, and plus, if you're going to wear an earring, why not use a clip-on earring? Because then it doesn't leave a hole. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Remember, ladies used to wear those clip-on earrings. And if you ever tried them, they clip really tight. It's like they really kind of hurt. Probably some kind of pressure point. Oh, well. Oh, okay. The left is correct, which means straight. And the right is gay as a Mardi Gras parade? Probably. Yeah, but some people can't tell their lefts from their rights. So, I'm like, okay, I'm never going to do that. I would never have a jewel put in my tooth. I would never get a tattoo. If I got a tattoo, like a big tattoo on my chest, here's what would happen. I would get a tattoo, a big chest tattoo. And then I'd look at it, I'd like it. And the next week I'm like, I don't want a duck anymore. I want a chicken on there. It wouldn't be good. I wouldn't be able to live with it. Correct as usual. Well, thank you. Correct as usual. Well, there's a good thing to say. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that. And I guess we're going to go over to the Book of Faces because I don't know. I think we're just gonna. We're gonna, because there's some stuff over there we're going to take a look at. And boy, what a day, huh? So here is the Book of Faces, the land of Zuckers. And there is number 748. And look at that beautiful nebula. It's nebulous nebula. It's a nebulous nebula. We'll be looking at that in a little bit. Isn't that gorgeous? It's pretty cool. I mean, on your long space flight, at least you have something pretty to look at if you're coming close to that baby right there. But it'd be the same thing every day. It's like, oh, lordy, lordy, look who's 40. Oh, look at this. Oh, Trump has asked Marco Rubio if he can do an Elvis tribute at least once a month at the White House. Yes. Did you hear what happened today? Trump was at Graceland because he went to Memphis to talk to the people there about their awesome crime fighting in the area. They took out like 3,000 criminals, I believe. And only 1 or 2% of the population creates 90% of the crime. So you get rid of that 1 or 2%, and boom, daddy, you're in there. And look, the king is back. There's Trump as Elvis. And there he is in the pool room. I was in this room. It's pretty, I guess it took like many football fields of fabric. It's all folded up fabric, and it's bizarre. It's a bizarre room. But here it is, Graceland. Isn't that awesome? Too cool for school. And there he is, walking up to the steps of Graceland, Elvis's humble abode.
Feel my temperature rising. Higher, higher.
There he is. It's a great place to go. If you haven't been there, you got to go there. Here he is. Here's the peacock windows over here, stained glass on the inside. Beautiful. The drapes, everything, beautiful. It's not a large house. It's not large at all. It's like a bungalow, but it's very cool. It's got a cool Elvis vibe. And look at this, available on Amazon April 3rd, 2026. S4, The Bob Lazar Story. I highly recommend it, even though I haven't seen it yet. I've seen enough of the clips to know it looks pretty darn cool. Too cool for school, you might even say. Wow. See, this is why people don't want to be whistleblowers. Because, initially Bob Lazar came out publicly with the story to save his life. But it's really quite made his life miserable for all these years. And he's only now having a movie put out. Many, many decades later of real harassment. Oh, and Cap 78 Pack says, it's gorgeous nebula, Aaron. Thank you. And thought of you with Trump at Graceland with Elvis's guitar signing. Yes, he signed, wasn't Elvis's actual guitar, but it was a duplicate of one he played a lot. But yeah, that was awesome. And I think we're going to see that coming up. The Bob Lazar Story. Amazing. Here's some more. I think this is like a lot of footage, so we're not going to click this here. Trump visiting Graceland. Isn't that interesting? Breaking warning for parents as police in Missouri search 4 Barbie doll packages packaged with fentanyl by the cartels. Kids and parents exposed to the killer drug upon tearing open the packaging. Exactly why Trump kills narco terrorists. 4 parents, yes, had to deal with this white powder in the Barbie packaging. So the cartels are infiltrating the packaging of Mattel toys, apparently. Terrible. Terrible. They need to up the security at these toy companies and make sure you don't hire any illegals, because that might be where that's coming from. And look, here it is from NASA's Hubble Space Telescope. Hello, old friend. And who are they meaning by that? Back in 1054, astronomers recorded a spectacular supernova as an impressively bright new star that for weeks was visible even during the day. The remnants of that supernova are the intricate expanding filaments of the Crab Nebula, first observed by Hubble a quarter century ago. Hubble's been around a long time. Look at that. Humble Hubble. This new Hubble view revisits the same nebula, giving an unparalleled, detailed look at the aftermath of a supernova and how it has evolved over Hubble's long life. How do you like that? Look at that. It's beautiful. And, I noticed this. Look at, there's a straight line here. There's a straight line here. Is this just like grid work for the photo or something? Or is that something in space? Is like a space net? What is this? See this fine lines here? What is that? I'm not sure. It just, when they compiled all the information and put it together, it just put it in tiles and you can see the edges. I'm not sure. That's quite interdasting, you might even say. You might even say, look at this. Ari Flesher says, I can't wait for ICE to get to our airports. I, for one, look forward to saying thank you. Yes, thank you to the police for ICE for their work and for their cooling of drinks. They really cool the drinks off very well too. And this guy right here on the right, he actually produced some Elvis songs back in the day, or apparently. And this is the woman that gave him the tour of Graceland. It's quite interesting. And Hal Kangas put this out, Facebook conservatives. Valerie Jarrett, President Obama's top advisor, and whom he lived with when he stayed in Washington, D.C. after he was out of office. I wonder why. She says, I am Iranian by birth, and my Islamic faith, I am also an American citizen, and I seek to help change America to be a more Islamic country. No, thank you. My faith guides me, and I feel like it's going well in the transition of using freedom of religion in America against itself. Valerie Jarrett, Stanford University Yearbook, 1977. Well, I think she looks like a snake, doesn't she? She's got snake eyes. She looks very reptilian. She doesn't look like a patriot, that's for sure. Make America a more Islamic country? Get out of here. No way. No way, Jose. And look at this, breaking. The man who runs the world's largest UFO archive just got access to classified Swedish military files. Has radar-confirmed UFO intercepts and all kinds of stuff. Check this out.
It's not only a UFO library. It's about the unknown.
So how many countries do you have files from?
Oh, I don't know. I have no answer to that, but we have Japanese files, for instance, and Russian files.
Wow.
And they went out in the field and brought back debris.
What?
From this crashed object. They were standing on the other edge of this carriage, and they had very tight helmets, small heads, and some gloves. She was 8 meters from them.
Meet Klaus Svahn, journalist, author, and one of the world's most impressive UFO researchers. He's a real-life Swedish Fox Mulder, and that's because he's basically in possession of the modern X-Files. I'm not kidding. Since the early 1970s, Svahn has not only reported on the phenomena for Sweden's largest newspaper, but he's spent decades building, organizing, and preserving what is widely recognized as the world's largest UFO archive, the Archives of the Unexplained. This 16-room building houses detailed witness reports, photographs, audio recordings, radar data, video, and original first-generation documents that no longer exist anywhere else.
Time travel? There's a time travel section? What is this, Brown and Burridge? Townsend Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to Eureka, California.
Uh-huh.
I met with this guy in his garage. We packed it all together and sent it back to Sweden. Behind you here is the oldest UFO group in the world, Borderland Science Research Association.
What? There's something very interesting about them. They were new more than intelligence in certain cases in the 40s.
In this episode, we go over a half-century of overlooked evidence. Radar-tracked objects executing impossible right-angle turns. Military helicopters nearly colliding with wingless craft. Sonar and radar returns. And of course, covert European UFO crash retrieval operations. Without further ado, please enjoy this week's Swedish alchemist, Claes Svahn.
Isn't that interdasting? The Swedish. What's this? The invaders appeared in the city. Now, you know, everything that happens in our world today was previewed in the few years that Batman was on the air in the 60s, 1966, 67, and 68. They even talked about UFOs. Check this out. I don't remember this. Check it out. Oops.
I'm sorry, sir, but we know nothing about it at all. I'm sorry, but we have absolutely no information, madam. Yes? I'm sorry, but an imminent invasion from outer space? Well, I rather doubt it, miss. Bonnie, please hold the rest of the calls. I can't talk to all of Gotham City tonight.
Yes, Commissioner, but there's a Mrs. Green out here to see you. Regarding a man from Mars she just met in Gotham Park.
All right, Bonnie. Wait a minute, then send her in.
Now let me get this straight. You say by week's end the invasion will be complete, and Gotham City will be overcome not only by little men from Mars, but by virulent living organisms from outer space? You can't expect me to take you seriously, Professor Greenleaf.
I think you should, Miss Golden. And I think your father should advise all authorities to submit to and comply with the invaders. Otherwise.
What is it?
Look. There.
Flying saucers are a myth. A figment of the whole world's imagination. But the world's imagination, and particularly Gotham City's, is getting out of hand. What we need is some experienced help.
And just what did this man from Mars say to you in Gotham Park, Mrs. Green?
I don't know. I don't speak Martian or Margius or whatever you call it.
Well, that's understandable. Since there is no life on Mars as we know it, there can be no intelligible Marsish language.
Did he threaten you in any manner?
Not exactly threatened me, but he certainly frightened me. It's not often I run into a man 3 feet tall.
No, 3 feet tall. Holy interplanetary yardstick.
But he did speak to you. And then he left in his flying saucer, Mrs. Green?
He was out of sight in a split second.
Mother McCree!
Well, I'm sorry to be so lacking in details, gentlemen, but I thought the incident should be reported.
Of course, Mrs. Green.
It is the duty of every good citizen of Gotham City to report meeting a man from Mars in a public park. Gotham City Penal Code, Section 32, subsection 14.
Yes. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome. Goodbye, Sonny.
Goodbye, Sonny.
Well, Batman, she seemed composed, intelligent, not given to falsehoods or hallucinations.
And vaguely familiar, Commissioner. Oh. Perhaps the Bat computer can help our lagging memories. Let's go, Robin.
Daddy! Daddy!
What's the matter, Miss Gordon?
I barely got out of the library alive. There was this little green man from Mars, and he was just scampering all over the place.
I'm sorry, sir, but we know nothing about it at all.
So exciting. So exciting. Look at that. They even dealt with alien invasions. Fake one in that case. Here is Tim Burchett talking about the real thing. Let's hear this.
UFO is the saucer shaped and there's something on top. And I've never seen anything. I've not seen it. Well, I take that back. I've seen things, but that's since I've been in Congress and I'm not allowed to discuss this. I would just hope that the president would disclose everything that I've seen in every skiff I've been in and in every confidential conversation, every picture I've seen, every video I've seen. I wish that he would release all those.
Would that change the world? I mean, would that change people?
No, I don't think so. I think we just realize that we're one grain of sand in 100 million beaches. And I mean, if you think we're the best that God can do, I think you greatly underestimate God. UFO is the saucer shaped and there's something on top. And I've never seen anything. I've not seen it.
If you think we're the best that God can do, you've greatly underestimated God. Yeah, that's interesting. UAP repository. Let's check this out.
I don't know why they keep the information about the aliens hidden. Previously they said, well, it would cause panic and upset people, but I don't believe that holds true anymore. And I can see why they keep the technology secret. That's, obviously military, but I really don't know why they don't come clean and tell us. I think they're just on a completely different level. You never take the time to stop and try and talk to an anthill. I just think they're just in a completely different level, and we're something to observe. Why don't they just release information that these events occurred and they can keep the technology secret? That I've never understood, so I'm with you on that. The scope of the project was to see if we could duplicate the technology with available materials. And the bottom line of the whole project was we couldn't.
There was an extremely classified document dealing with religion. That were containers. That's how supposedly the aliens look at us. That we are nothing but containers. Containers of? Containers. Maybe containers of souls. You can come up with whatever theory you want.
I don't know why they keep the information about the aliens hidden.
Well, I know why. Because once that gets out of the bag and becomes public knowledge, accepted, the next logical question is, where's the technology and how come it's not benefiting mankind? That's the issue there. And look, I saw this earlier before Trump went to Graceland. Look at this. Richard Davis remembered. So I noticed something today at Graceland. One of Elvis's Grammys, How Great Thou Art, 1974 award was missing from the display. Then I checked the Medal of Freedom from President Donald Trump, and that was gone too. With everything happening and President Trump coming to Memphis, I couldn't help but start putting things together. President Trump has an important roundtable today at noon, so I believe he is stopping by Graceland before the roundtable at noon. I think he went after, actually. Isn't that interesting? So he knew ahead of time. He had a little couple clues there. ICE agents arrived at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport Monday to assist with security and management as TSA staffing shortages caused 3-hour wait times. It takes a lot less time just to walk to your destination, folks. Just start walking. Just start walking. And have you ever heard of this? Because I hadn't. The hat phantom incident. The hat phantom incident. As documented, a wave of mass UFO sightings in 1018 China. That's a long time ago. I was very young at that time, in 1018. During the Northern Song Dynasty, it was given this name because witnesses consistently described the object as resembling a wide-winged official hat, similar to Song Dynasty Futu, flying through the night sky. Wow, shaped like the hats that they wore. Interesting. Look at that. Never heard of it. From 1018. So you can't say, oh, that's just some military test flying their test things, their concepts. Donald Trump, the great state of Colorado, with a pathetic rhino district attorney, together with the radical left governor, gave a wonderful woman named Tina Peters, a 73-year-old Gold Star mom, who has cancer, 9 years in prison because as a Republican voting official, she went after the Democrats for cheating in the 2020 presidential election. So she went after them for cheating, and these sleaze bags put her in jail. Free Tina, President DJT. Yes, I agree. Oh, did you hear about this? The conservative twins put this out. White House restores Christopher Columbus statue from the remains of the one toppled in Baltimore. The 13-foot replica was pulled from the harbor and rebuilt for America's 250th, a powerful message that history won't be erased. Oh, yes. That's awesome. That's awesome. Here's a one-year memory on my Facebook page. Looks well. Aliens do control the far side of the moon, interdasting, and MJ-12 had a hand in the JFK assassination. Well, terrible. That's terrible, right? 1960, President Eisenhower approved a joint defense plan written by MJ-12 that in the event the U.S. came under a nuclear attack by the USSR through EBE deception, the U.S. would not retaliate with proposed a U.S. Air Force stop and only after confirmation of the UFO misidentification. And it talks about Grand Tour, General LeMay, extending cooperation with the USSR, outer space investigation of UFOs through a joint moon project. That was proposed by JFK. MJ-12 was opposed to this because they felt the militarization of the moon would place the U.S. in dangerous situation with the EBEs who control the dark side of the moon. Well, how do you like that? I like that. Oh, and here it is, folks. Don't let them fool you. There is an I in team. It's right here. It's hidden in the A-hole. There is an I in team. Because, hey, if you're part of a team, you tell me what you did. Hey, I did this for the team. Everybody does. That's called teamwork. There's a lot of I's in team. Everyone who's there is one of the I's in team. I never agreed with that. There's no I in team. Yeah, there is right there. It's in the A-hole. Right for everyone to see. M.A. Rothman, less than 1% of America watches Fox, CNN, and MSNBC combined on a typical primetime night. Let that sink in. Oh, yeah. Less than 1% of America watches Fox, CNN, and MSNBC. Wow. They're all watching Truth Quest. Thanks for being here. And this image right here does not sit right with me. Something looks off with this. It's supposed to be a picture of Jupiter close up. But something looks squished about it, whether it's a photo that's been squished or if it's a painting or because I've seen lots of pictures of Jupiter and this one just looks kind of weird. Maybe it's an AI attempt. Something really weird about this. It doesn't quite look. Something's off here. I'm not sure. I don't know. Does it look right to you? Maybe it is. Maybe, maybe I'll have to build a spaceship and go out there and check it out. Don't get too close because it's radioactive. Radioactive. Oh, look who's here. Why, it's Cool Frog. Hello, Cool Frog. Good to see you here, buddy. Check out Cool Frog. He's broadcasting a lot. He does long shows. I don't know how he does it. All right. You have seen the truth. Time to show the world. Yes. Spill the beans. Spill those alien beans. Human beings and otherwise. I think it's wrong that only one company makes Monopoly. Why, it's almost as if they have a monopoly on it. Thanks, Dad Jokes. Imagine that. Dad Jokes has pretty cool dad jokes, don't you think? Sarah Huckabee Sanders says the battle in this country is no longer between the left versus the right. It's the normal versus the crazy. Bingo. Ding, ding, ding. You got it. That's really, really well said. Here she was dining, and Sarah Huckabee Sanders says there was a divide between the normal and the crazy after a restaurant asked her to leave, claiming she stayed too long. Oh, maybe she was getting a dessert. Japan's Prime Minister Sanae Taichi gifts 250 cherry blossom trees to plant across D.C. for America's 250th anniversary, says Trump. Isn't that beautiful? And she was a drummer in a heavy metal band. Did you know that? Back in the day. So she's pretty cool. Who authorized 80 years of lies? Good question. Who did authorize 80 years of lies? Unaccounted for MJ-12 people. They don't account to anybody. And oh, did you hear this? You know, McCasland went missing. General McCasland. He was working with Tom DeLonge on his Journey to the Stars, or Academy to the Stars, or something. To the Stars Academy. And this woman died like 9 months earlier. This woman, a rocket scientist connected to a high-level rocket materials project funded by the Air Force and later tied online to UFO discussions, disappeared during a hike months before retired Air Force General McCasland. So, and there's been a number of others too. Now, she helped to develop an alloy that rocket engines need in order to not melt while they operate. We've been buying rocket engines from Russia. So this would be a threat to the Russian business, rocket engine business. But I think it's more the connection, because McCasland was funding part of her research. So, yeah, maybe she had access to alien materials and she was going to spill the beans on it. They don't like that kind of stuff, but they should. Oh, here's Marco Rubio as Afro Man. Oh, we should all get a suit like that. Isn't that too cool for school? Marco Rubio says he will be suing the Minnesota Police Department for defamation and loves lemon pound cake. Yeah, that's right. There it goes. Looks pretty good in a fro. And here is a meme I created. And it's, of course, it's this character, Palm Beach Pete. Palm Beach Pete who? If you're going to come out there and say you're not Jeffrey Epstein, you're this made-up name that doesn't have a last name attached to it, then you're not really differentiating yourself from Epstein. You know, it's funny because Epstein has a very dark, very deep, I guess, wrinkle right here. And so does this guy, exactly in the same place. And like a much lighter one over here. So they're really similar. Maybe he's a clone. Maybe there's a bunch of Epstein clones around with different names, you know. Hollywood Henry, all kinds of, I don't know, man. It's just so interesting. What a character. I did not have this on my bingo card for a Jeffrey Epstein doppelganger to show up and not even give his last name. I'm not him, but this is who I am. This is my made up name, Palm Beach Pete, with no last name. Pete who? Pete Best? Who is it? Oh, this is great. This is great. Diesel Dave put this out on my birthday, March 21st. This is great, and it's also a tribute to someone that passed recently. Check this out. This is groovy like a record. Oh, here we go.
Hey, did you guys hear about the time that Chuck Norris got bit by King Cobra? Are you here?
No.
Yeah. Tell them what happened.
Oh man, I tell you, after 5 days of agonizing pain, the cobra died.
Hey, did you guys hear about the time that Chuck Norris got bit by King Cobra?
Huh?
Are you here?
No.
Yeah. Tell me what happened.
Oh, man. I tell you, after 5 days of agonizing pain, the cobra died.
Look at him laugh. He just loves it. What a cool guy. I mean, look at that. With a bunch of burly biker dudes telling Chuck Norris jokes. That's epic. Yeah, he was great. He was great. Oh, you ready for some more Batman action? Check this out. Oh.
The Easy Living Candy Store. It's on East 3rd, 2 blocks from school.
Get set, Robin. Get set for an ugly job. No, correction.
What?
Not Robin. Dick. Dick Grayson, undercover agent. His job is to get inside that gang.
Easy Living Candy.
George to Batman. Do you read me? Do you read me, Batman?
Loud and clear. Over.
I'm about to go in. How's the micro TV camera working?
Push button for test pattern.
Roger.
That's scope A-OK. Dog George. Rendezvous in Batcave at end of mission. Good luck. Over and out.
Cool, Jack.
Good gravy, it's Dick Grayson, president of the student council.
A good nick like that? Coming in here?
Hiya, Sue, baby. How's tricks?
I must be seeing things. I thought you spent all your spare time studying.
Ah, sure, I used to maybe, but who needs it anymore? You're looking at a guy who's seen the light, Sue, baby. Who's the boyfriend?
Oh, my friends call me Nick.
No kidding. What do your enemies call you?
My enemies ain't no condition to call nobody nothing.
Some joker, isn't he?
You looking for something, Dickie boy?
Same as everyone else, Sue, baby. Some way of making an easy buck, that's all.
You, the ward of that rich millionaire Bruce Wayne?
What a skinflint! If I didn't swipe dimes from the butler, I wouldn't even have cigarette money.
Well, here. Have one on me, Buster.
Oh, thanks, pal. I better pass this round. I already had 2 packs today. So, how's the easy buck setup? Got any leads?
You know, he might be able to help us, Nick. He's a real super athlete.
Oh, is that so?
You ought to see him climbing stuff. Maybe I should introduce him to...
Zip your lip, baby.
Introduce me to who, Susie?
Hey, you want a tip, Buster?
Yeah.
Oh, there was a cocktail arm stuck up recently. These guys used that trick jukebox.
Yeah, I heard about that. Some cute caper.
Yeah, well, here's my tip. You go down to that same joint at exactly 3 p.m. today. You might pick yourself up some nickels and dimes.
Thanks, pal.
That's my tip. I'll see you around, huh?
Oh, yeah, you'll see me around. So long, Sue, baby. The Easy Living Candy Store. It's on East 3rd, 2 blocks.
That's it. The Easy Living Candy Store. Watch out, kids, for those Easy Living candy stores. Rosie Outlook Lab, Facebook conservatives put this out. James Woods. The left doesn't seem to understand that knowingly and willingly perpetrating a political hoax to unseat the President of the United States is a treasonous abrogation of the will of the people. Those who engage in such egregious behavior have been hanged for less, much less. Thanks, James. And look at this. The Sour Grapes Affair, Act 1. I think I'll cry. This is Mort, the late great Mort Drucker, famed Mad Magazine cartoonist and caricaturist that really had a knack for capturing these people in caricature. Just amazing artwork. Mort Drucker, classic art, beautiful art that he did. And so we were blessed to be able to see some of the great art that came from not only Mad Magazine, but Cracked Magazine, and there were a couple others, Sick Magazine, all those fun things, lots of art, real human-made art. Democrats, TMK put this out. Democrats spent years insisting Russia somehow hypnotized Americans into voting for Donald Trump, claiming he was secretly taking orders from Putin. Now, a new wave of panicans insists America takes orders from Israel and that Trump answers to Netanyahu. Same playbook, different excuse. But the truth is, Donald Trump doesn't answer to Moscow, Jerusalem, or anyone else. He answers to God, to this country, and to the American people. Yes, boom. Yeah, they're always, it's just like the DeSantis simps. Same people, probably. Panicans. Panicans on Monday. ICE, we already talked about that. Look, her hat looks like one of those UFOs from 1013, China. The deep state should never have rifled through Melania's underwear drawer. Grand jury in Florida. We'll see you there. Awesome. Did you know, Jack Posobiec put this out, the 28 pages show that 2 9/11 hijackers tied to Saudi intelligence rented a room from an FBI informant in California before the 2001 attacks. The director of the FBI kept this covered up for years. His name, Robert Mueller. He's the mule. He was a mule the whole time. And Anna Paulina Luna, I will be recommending to the chairman of Doge, Tim Burchett, that we completely disband and defund AARO, A-A-R-O. I agree. And you should start a new one called A-A-R-O-N, Aaron. Just finish it off. Make it national. N. And restart it with real information instead of the fake stuff they had on there. Right? Call the ball, Trump 17. Yeah, isn't that interesting? So, in Trump's first term, when teams would give Trump a jersey, like an honorary jersey, every other time they would give a jersey to a president, it would have the number of his president, like 45. If it was Trump, it would be 45. But a lot of them gave him 17. Gee, I wonder why. Gee, Q. Interesting. James Comey has been subpoenaed in a grand jury conspiracy case by the federal prosecutors in Miami as part of the DOJ's investigation into those who prosecuted President Trump from 2017 to 2024. More than 130 subpoenas have been issued by the Southern District of Florida since the investigation began last year. John Brennan, Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, and Andrew McCabe have also received subpoenas in this wide-ranging probe. RICO, it reeks of RICO. Oh, yeah, it reeks of RICO. LOL, Wendy's suck. Did mommy button up the top button for you? Look at this. Wendy's is giving the McDonald's CEO a hard time. Look at that. Why? And why would you do that? Yeah, he looks like a creep. Look at this guy. Something creepy about this guy. I don't trust that guy. That's my instincts. There she is. Japanese prime minister during the state dinner. She's dancing to the tunes. She's got the music in her. Yes. And there's Trump telling them, hey, sign this or we're going to send the ICE to the airports. Well, it happened. Ian Miles Chong says, anti-Semites are turning me into a Zionist. Their low IQ energy is too much for anyone intelligent to handle. Will Chamberlain. Really start to feel like all the anti-Semitism out there is turning me into a Zionist. Captive Dreamer. Anti-Semitists are turning me into a Zionist. Their low IQ energy is too much for anyone intelligent to handle. And they're all saying the same thing. It's this astroturfed bullcrap. It's not real people's opinions. They're just copying and pasting because they're paid to. Disgusting. I wouldn't follow any of these people who are pumping out this same crap. Yeah. Hear about this disclosure party? A whistleblower connected to David Grush was reportedly preparing to come forward, but was later found dead with a suicide note. He was 35 and had 2 children. This is what they do, folks. There is a documented history of the U.S. military and intelligence community engaging in deception, misconduct, in documented cases, serious criminal activity. Allegations have also been made that individuals have been threatened or harmed in connection with classified UFO programs. Yes, of course. It's Danger Mouse. Danger Mouse. Kevin Smith, for all the people upset with how Donald Trump responded to Robert Mueller dying, that's what happens when you try to throw someone and their entire family in jail for absolutely no reason. Benny Johnson. Yes. He's allowed to hate someone who tried to literally kill him, put him in jail for the rest of his life on fake, knowingly fake stuff. The mere concept of defunding the police, is just lunatic talk.
The mere concept of defunding the police should never again be stated or even heard. It is so ridiculous and so dangerous. The mere concept of defunding.
It is dangerous. That's right. All righty. Okay, here we go. At the 2003 UAP hearing, Commander David Fravor testified under oath that he encountered a 40-foot wingless craft with no visible propulsion. Check this out.
As we looked around, we noticed that we saw some white water off our right side. All 4 of us looked down a saw a white tic-tac object with a longitudinal axis pointing north-south and moving very abruptly over the water. My wizard and I decided to go down and take a closer look with the other aircraft staying in high cover to observe both us and the tic-tac. And the object suddenly shifted its longitudinal axis, aligned it with my aircraft. As we pulled nose onto the object, within about a half mile of it, it rapidly accelerated in front of us and disappeared. We immediately turned back to see where the white water was at, and it was gone also. We actually joked that the tic-tac was communicating with something because the white water disappeared. So as we started to turn back towards the east, the controller came up and said, "Sir, you're not going to believe this, but that thing is at your cap point roughly 60 miles away in less than a minute." We returned to Nimitz. We were taking off our gear. We were talking to one of my crews that was getting ready to launch. We mentioned it to them, and they went out and luckily got the video that you see, that 90-second video.
In your career, have you ever seen a propulsion system that creates no thermal exhaust?
No. It's probably the most credible UFO sighting in history based on all the sensors that were tracking it. And then for us to get visual of the 6 of us that were involved in the thing, including the video, every one of us is going to do 20 plus years in the military in very responsible positions. So I'd say the world needs to know that. It's not a joke. As we looked around, we noticed that we saw some white water off our right side.
It's real, folks. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, gosh. Now I got to do this again. Okay, close your eyes while I scroll. Scrolling. You know what? Maybe we're done here. I got to see. Might be a couple other little things. Do. All right. Now we're coming close to where we were. Alrighty then. Well, I guess, right there. That's right where we were. Oh, look at this. A tiny muntjac deer took on a colossal Indian rhino at a Polish zoo. This is pretty epic. Check this out. Babysitting. Wow. I think that's just so darn cute. You can tell the big rhino is just, being very careful, but being playful too. Very cool. Stray Cats, happy birthday to Slim Jim Phantom. His birthday is the same as mine, March 21st. Wow.
He plays it very softly. Slim Jim.
There they are. Cops raid Afro Man's house and find no evidence of criminality. He spends the next 3 years making songs that make fun of all the officers involved. They get mad and sue for defamation. Afro Man brings a cop's ex-wife to court as his only witness, dressed like this, and wins. So cool. So cool. There's Slim Jim. Yeah, look at this epic courtroom art. Look at this. This is the hardest court sketch I've ever seen. Yes. Can you imagine? It's very well done. Look at that. Wow. Yeah. And there's spring, baby. Look at that. There's a drawing I did a little while ago of the awesome possum launching into spring there, springing with joy. Spring. And I guess we're going to go and leave the Book of Faces. Oops. There we go. And I ran one of the times when the video was playing, and I found the Trump troll that Alicia gave me. Look at this little guy. He's got that crazy troll hair. But there it is. Nice sculpt. It's got the stance of a troll. So cute. And she also gave me these little Post-it notes that look like a art program, I think, on Microsoft. Well, there you go. All righty then. Okay, and I got the bird from my mom. Pretty cool. I gotta show that again. It's the low-sitting cardinal. Look at that. And it's got the card attached to it. I haven't taken that off yet. But there it is. It's a cardinal that my mom carved and painted. She's really awesome at that kind of stuff. Been doing it since the 80s. Carving. Started with ducks, with the Ducks Unlimited, and what's the other place? The Wooden Bird was where she first was trained. And they start off with just a Stanley knife, like just a Stanley utility knife. How she starts to rough out the shape. Wild stuff. Well, let's go on over to X, because X, of course, marks the spot for news and fun stuff that we like to look at. And here is Washington Ghost puts this out, and it's Jeffrey Epstein here and Palm Beach Pete both saying Palm Beach. So what do you think? Check this out.
If I was at my home in Palm Beach.
Okay, I gotta turn it up all the way here. Okay, here we go.
Hey everybody, this is Palm Beach Pete, and my video went viral. Not Jeffrey Epstein. I'm Palm Beach Pete.
If I was at my home in Palm Beach.
Hey everybody, this is Palm Beach Pete, and my video went viral. Not Jeffrey Epstein. I'm Palm Beach Pete.
If I was at my home in Palm Beach.
Hey everybody, this is Palm Beach Pete, and my video went viral. Not Jeffrey Epstein. I'm Palm Beach Pete.
If I was at my home in Palm Beach.
It's so funny. I mean, it's funny if he's not Jeffrey Epstein, and it's funny if he is. It's funny either way. I think it's absolutely hilarious. Oh, and Cap 78 Pack says, nice birthday gifts from your mom and daughter, Aaron. You are blessed. Yes, I am very blessed. I'm so glad I found that Trump troll, because Trump is a troll. You know, and the grandkids here, Evan and Chloe, they really like watching the trolls. So they like trolls too. Palm Beach Pete. It's so hilarious to me. Whether he's real or not. Here he is again. He just keeps putting stuff out. But he only started putting stuff out after that video came out of him. He never had any presence. Of course, we don't know his name. Let's listen to him here.
Hey everybody, where's Palm Beach Pete now? He's at Suche Beachy in North Beach in Miami Beach, and I had a delicious meal with old friends, and we had the best night. Hey everybody, where's Palm Beach Pete now? He's at Suche Beachy in North Beach in Miami Beach, and I had a delicious meal with old friends, and we had the best night.
You know who he kind of looks like too? He kind of also looks like actually looks like a combination of Jeffrey Epstein and Henry Winkler. He has a Henry Winkler vibe going on there. It's a very narrow face. Maybe it's Henry Winkler playing him. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. It's hilarious. There's our show. 7:48. And here is the Prime Minister of Japan. Look at her in her younger days as a drummer. In her younger days, Japan's new Prime Minister, Sonye Iron Lady Takichi, was a biker and a drummer in a heavy metal band. Too cool for school, you might even say. Wow. She does look pretty cool. Hey, did you see this? Breaking mass casualty event declared at LaGuardia Airport in New York City. An Air Canada flight, probably some illegal aliens piloting that thing, perhaps, crashed into a fire truck on the runway with at least 100 injuries reported, many of them critical, rapidly developing. Pray for the victims. Yeah, look at that. That's crazy. LaGuardia. That is a scary airport to land in if you've ever been there. There's that Palm Beach Pete Who meme I put out there. And here's that rocket scientist from the Air Force that went missing 9 months before McCassell. And here is, oh, this is going to be good. Oh, this is good. Okay.
So it would be biblical, these UAPs going back thousands of years. Trump says he's going to declassify. Hegseth says we're going to do it. I don't think anyone's going to do it. Are they going to do it?
No, I think they're very serious about doing it, and I'll
really
I won't get too much into the specifics. Yeah, I definitely think that they're going to do it. You know, what's been interesting is, so obviously there's been footage that my committee released. Actually, it was Eric Burleson that released it, playing it in the committee that we had for the declassification task force. And we can't explain that. And there has been other instances of footage that we cannot explain. And we have dealt with an agency, not the CIA, that specifically has an internal task force that is looking into all this stuff. And as soon as we get the official on paper declassification order, I want to do a press conference with all the information that we are told and shown in that briefing, because it's important for people to know.
There have been claims that we have biologics. If this is declassified, do we see those things? Or
I don't think, I followed up on we have asked questions or try to get at least as far as we can get on the whole aspect of biologics. But what's been interesting is a lot of people that we will follow up with either end up ghosting us or don't come into the skiff. But then you have the aspects of some of the stuff that we have seen, and every single member of Congress that has gone into that briefing that we had has come out and said, seasonal we're like, holy shit.
Wow.
So yeah, so there's some interesting stuff. You're definitely going to see a lot of interesting footage, a lot of photos, firsthand accounts from certain people that will be out in those reports. And then the American people can decide. If you think that it's, nothing, you want to carry on, fine. But, I don't think that that's going to be what the general consensus will be.
Like, what do we get when this comes out? Do you think we get everything? Like, what do we get? Or is it?
I think you're going to get a lot of cool stuff, but
Okay.
I don't think that there's going to be ever the full admission from the federal government telling you what to believe, right? So like they'll release it, but they're not going to tell you
What it is.
what
Okay.
to make of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Just a little bit here and there and not much of anything. Here's an old clip of David Letterman going door to door New Jersey in 1994 with this character, Richard Simmons.
We're going to be going door to door, talking to people about various things, and look who I brought with me. Come on.
Hi.
There you go.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
If this doesn't bring the cops, I don't know what will.
Hello.
Richard, you're going to get shot. Don't do that. Come here. Richard is a fitness guru. That's why he has his little guru outfit on. Richard collects Dalmatians.
I have 6 Dalmatians.
What do you think his house smells like? Oh, yeah, I would think so. There's probably dog hair on everything.
He's starting. Hello.
He's even squirrelier than I thought. By the way, he was bothering
Here's some
Barbara
cookies.
Streisand. Did you hear about this?
I'm totally serious about this.
Let me finish.
David ruined my chances of ever meeting Barbara, and I waited 30 years.
Richard, your ass is hanging out of those shorts.
David, stop it. You know what? Maybe you just never really had somebody that you really idolized before. Maybe you've never been in love. How deep is your love? Hello. Look at Jeremy.
Isn't that interesting? You and Jeremy are dressed alike. Same little outfit on. Ladies and gentlemen,
because you got
Barbara Streisand. Come on out, Barbara.
Don't do that. See, there you go again. It's just like a big funny joke to you.
Walk back to town, Richard. Walk back to town, buddy.
It's raining men now. Hallelujah. It's raining men.
Don't sing again, or I have to go back to town. When you talk to Richard, do you feel your stomach kind of tightening up a little? He's a little heavier. Don't you think he's a little heavy for a fitness guru? Look at how he's kind of
He
puffed up in his
always
shorts.
says these things.
You're a member of a satanic cult, though. I read that. Yeah. You can see it in the eyes of the people who answer the
Don't
door.
say it, David.
No, they're frightened. They think there's some kind of creepy puppet show going on out there. I'll get him some pants. I'm done talking to you about Barbara Streisand. But 2 things here. First of all, you brought it up.
You brought it up.
I did not bring it up.
Brought it up.
Talking about today. You brought it up today.
I didn't bring it up
Yes,
today.
you did. You brought it up.
You brought it up.
I did not bring it up.
Brought it up.
So we're going to go get him pants. Put him in some jungle fatigue, that kind of thing,
I'm not going.
Look like a tough guy. You want to look like a tough guy, don't you?
Now, if we
Make
could
you look like a tough guy.
If we could go to the Donna Karen boutique.
No.
Donna, please.
Oh, what was that bleeding noise? Do that again. We'll go to like an
I
Army
want to
Navy
know
place.
how long have I been doing
Is there
your
a
show?
surplus store?
No, I don't buy surplus.
My friend Richard here wants some pants.
I'm not putting on those different.
Just try on a pair. Try on a pair. Look, if you try on a pair of these, I'll get you the new Barbara Streisand CD.
Here, David.
Oh, God, help us all.
David, hold.
Drop them. Here, put this on. All right.
Oh, my God.
That's humor. That's so funny. My God. David Letterman was awesome. That was a great show. Oh, baby Senator John Kennedy. Look at this. He's great.
John, come in, sit down. Welcome to Trump Motors, the greatest mechanic shop in the history of mechanic shops. I started this place because America's cars are broken, John, broken, and nobody was doing anything about it. So I said, you know what, I'll fix them myself. And I'm very confident this shop will be bigger, better, and stronger than ever before. Within 6 months, Probably 3, actually.
Well, Mr. President, I appreciate the opportunity. I've always believed an honest man should know how to work with his hands, even if those hands have mostly been signing legislation and holding crawfish.
Beautiful. Very blue collar. I love it. Now, John, I'm going to ask you some questions, technical questions, mechanic stuff, okay? Because I need to know you can handle the job. I'm not just handing this out. This is Trump Motors. We have standards, tremendous standards. All right, first question. You're driving a car and it keeps pulling to the left. Steering wheel is straight, but the whole vehicle keeps drifting left. What's the issue, Senator?
Well, sir, that right there is a Democrat. Car's been exposed to liberal ideology, and now it refuses to go right. Probably been parked near a college campus too long. You see it all the time in California. Only fix is a full conservative realignment and maybe a Trump bumper sticker to straighten her out.
That's actually not wrong, John. I've seen it happen. Very common in blue states. Cars just drift left. It's very sad. Okay, next question. The gas tank seems to always be low. You fill it up, you drive 10 minutes, and it's almost empty again. What the heck's going on?
Oh, that's easy. A Democrat's in office, sir. I mean, the gas just knows. The gas can feel it. It evaporates out of fear. You ever noticed how cheap and plentiful gas was when you were in office? That's because gasoline respects strong leadership. Under Biden, the gas was too expensive to get into your tank. And when it's there, it couldn't wait to get out.
Incredible answer. Very scientific. I've heard the same thing from many, many people, very smart people, actually. So the gas respects me. I've always known that, quite frankly. All right. Next one. A customer brings in a car. They tell you the check engine light has been on for 4 years straight. 4 years. What do you do, Senator?
4 years, sir? That's the Biden administration. That check engine light came on in January 2021, and nobody in the White House checked a dang thing. They just put a little sticky note over it that said the economy is fine and kept driving. The fix? Well, the American people already handled that one in November. New driver? Check engine light went off immediately.
Instantly, John. The second I got back in, the light turned off. Many people saw it. Very well documented, believe me. Okay, John, this one's important. A car comes in making a terrible noise. It's loud, repetitive, high-pitched, almost like a cackling sound. And every time the engine turns over, it just goes off. What's the diagnosis?
Mr. President, I don't want to alarm you, but that vehicle has a Kamala in the transmission. Very serious condition. Once that laugh gets into the engine block, it spreads to the exhaust, the speakers, the horn, everything starts cackling. Only known cure is a complete system flush and a new vice president. I mean alternator.
A Kamala in the transmission? Somebody write that down. That's a real condition. I'm very confident mechanics all over the country are dealing with this. Probably an epidemic. Unbelievable. Next, the car won't start in the morning. You turn the key, nothing happens. Engine doesn't even try. It just sits there. What's wrong with this one?
The car's asleep, sir. That's a classic case of sleepy engine syndrome, named after you-know-who. The vehicle has lost all motivation, can't remember where it's supposed to go. And if you leave it alone long enough, it'll start mumbling about Scranton. Best thing you can do is replace the battery with something that has actual energy. A Red Bull, a 5-hour energy, a Trump rally speech on the stereo, anything with a pulse.
The Trump rally cure? That should be a real thing. They should sell that at AutoZone. I'll make some calls and maybe a few deals. The best deals, believe me. Okay, they're getting harder now. So on this one, the brakes are squealing like AOC +3. But it happens every time you slow down. Terrible sound, really terrible. What's causing it, partner?
Well, sir, that actually is AOC. She gets lodged in the brake pads, and every time you try to slow down or pump the brakes on anything, she starts screaming about the Green New Deal. The squealing gets worse near charging stations. Only way to fix it is to remove her entirely and replace the pads with something sensible like common sense, which unfortunately is back-ordered in most blue states.
Back-ordered? Very true. They ran out years ago. Not coming back anytime soon, quite frankly. Last question, John, very important. The exhaust is blowing out thick smoke, nonstop. I mean, just clouds of it. Everywhere the car goes, there's smoke. What's happening here?
Sir, that vehicle's been watching CNN. The exhaust system is clogged with misinformation, and it's just pumping it out into the atmosphere 24 hours a day. The more you drive it, the worse it gets. Eventually, the whole car just becomes a fog machine of bad takes and anonymous sources. The only fix is to change the filter to Fox News and let the system clean itself out naturally. It takes about a week.
Beautiful diagnosis, John. I've never heard anything more accurate in my life. And I hear accurate things all the time, quite frankly. John, I'm going to be honest with you. You don't know a single thing about cars. Not one thing. Every answer was wrong from a mechanical standpoint. Very wrong. Historically wrong, actually. But from an American standpoint, from a patriotic, common sense, make mechanics great again standpoint, you're the most qualified person I've ever interviewed. And I've interviewed many people. You're hired. Welcome to Trump Motors.
Mr. President, I won't let you down. And if I do, I'll blame the Democrats, just like the cars.
That's the spirit, John. That is the spirit. Now go change somebody's oil and subscribe to the Baby News Network while you're under there. Very important.
Yes, sir. And for the record, I do know how to change oil. You just loosen the little thingy at the bottom and let the stuff come out, I think. My cousin Boudreaux showed me once, but we got distracted by a raccoon.
You're going to be incredible, John. And I'm very confident about that. Now let's go make mechanics great again.
Isn't that cute? Oh, yeah. Too cool for school. Oh, what's this? The Strait of Hormuz. That's a good way to remember it. Hormuz. I guess that does work. Strait of Hormuz. That's pretty good. I like that. I like that. From Sassafras 84. Important message to America from the legend himself.
Hi, I'm Chuck Norris, and this is my wife, Gina. We are here to talk about a growing concern we all share. If we look to history, our great country and freedom are under attack. We're at a tipping point, and quite possibly our country as we know it may be lost forever. We know you love your family and your freedom as much as Gina and I do. And it is because of that we can no longer sit quietly or stand on the sidelines and watch our country go the way of socialism or something much worse. As Edmund Burke said, all that is necessary for the triumph of evil is that good men and women do nothing. Our great president, Ronald Reagan, said, freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it on to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same.
President Reagan went on to say that you and I have a rendezvous with destiny. We will preserve for our children this last best hope for man on earth, or we will sentence them to take the first step into 1,000 years of darkness.
Please stand with us. Let's unite for God and country, and may God continue to bless the United States of America.
Isn't that nice? Beautiful. Oh, this is great. Everybody stop what you're doing and watch this. We're going to lengthen this out a bit here. There we go. Let's start this over. Awesome. That was awesome. Oh, man. Nothing better than that. You know that? From positive side of X. I'd say that's the positive side. Oh, look at this. Possibly the weirdest race ever. Look at this. The upside down car, the big wheel car. This thing. You gotta drive that one pretty slow. That is dangerous. I hope he's got lots of airbags in that thing. That's ridiculous looking. Oh my goonie. You went across the finish line. Look at that. It doesn't get windy there. It sounds windy. It's drop ladder. So funny. Oh boy. From Massimo. That's pretty strange. Man, 95. I'm still smoking. I've learned 2 things. Never waste a good cigar. Never trust anyone who says you should act your age. From Captain Kirk himself, William Shatner. Look at that. He's smoking a stogie. And Hawaii is underwater. How come we're not hearing about this? Look at this.
The Kona low storms has dropped nearly 16 inches of rain on parts of Oahu in just 24 hours, triggering a statewide emergency. The crisis is centered on Oahu's north shore. Over 5,000 residents in Haleiwa and Wailua were ordered to evacuate immediately due to the imminent risk of the 120-year-old Wahiawa Dam failing. Emergency crews have already rescued hundreds of people, including families pulled directly from their rooftops as floodwaters swallowed entire neighborhoods. With damage estimates already climbing toward $1 billion, the islands remain under a statewide flood watch through Sunday evening.
Wow.
Officials are urging everyone to stay off the roads and move to higher ground. This is a life-threatening situation. Stay tuned for further evacuation orders.
Well, there you go. Watch out. When you screw up, but you totally redeem yourself. The boat's going all by itself. He's got to jump back in it. He does. He made it in. Yeah. He went from zero to hero in a short number there. Aliens running wild now that Earth is unguarded. Look at that. Chupacabra. That's right. Never forget when this cameraman sacrificed his job. Look at this to get the.
Is there any sort of work being done too with the airlines in order to get flights actually on time or not delayed as much? Just curious if there's any work happening there.
Yes. So we've seen almost a doubling in terms of improvement on-time performance since last year. That is a reflection of all the work that we've done across the ecosystem together with our partner airlines, with agencies, reducing processing time, reducing wait times, and fine-tuning operations with our air carrier partners. And we see the great results that have come from that.
Is there any sort of work being done to?
There was only 2 on time. We doubled our on time. Yeah, now there's 2 of them a day instead of. Oh, man. And here's someone that looked at the teeth. I'm not sure if he got both clips from Pete or. Check it out.
You literally cannot tell either of them apart. Next to both of them, literally, here's all the evidence we have to confirm that Palm Beach Pete is actually Jeffrey Epstein. Starting off with the first and most obvious piece of evidence, that both of them look identical to each other. Here's a side-by-side picture of the both of them, and you literally cannot tell either of them apart. Next, the both of them literally have the same exact teeth. So as you can see right here, this is Jeffrey Epstein's bottom row of teeth. And then if we go ahead and look at Palm Beach Pete's bottom row of teeth, literally identical to Jeffrey Epstein's. Next, in a recent interview, it was actually revealed that Jeffrey Epstein and Palm Beach Pete actually lived in the same areas at the exact same time. So when Jeffrey Epstein was living in New York, so was Palm Beach Pete. And then when Jeffrey Epstein was living in Florida, so was Palm Beach Pete. And when this was brought up, Palm Beach Pete was literally trying to shush the interviewers. And then finally, every single day now, Palm Beach Pete is uploading videos onto social media saying that he is not Jeffrey Epstein. And in a lot of these videos, a lot of people feel like he's actually trying to gaslight us because he really is actually Jeffrey Epstein.
So interesting. So funny. Oh, here's the Prime Minister of Japan rocking out with the leader of South Korea. All right. Pretty darn cool. And here's the teeth thing. Interesting, huh? Wow. Pretty interesting, yeah. Tim Burchett asked about the general who vanished.
General McCaslin's disappearance. What do you make of it?
Well, it's suspect, of course. I know a lot of folks are pointing at the UFO things because him being at Wright-Patterson over some top secret stuff is involved in some of the nuclear stuff too. I know his wife said he didn't have anything to do with any UFO research, but generally those folks don't talk about it when they do that. They're at a pretty high level of security. I was even told a few weeks back that the president was on a need-to-know basis, so I think that'll alarm a lot of people, but I just hope they find him. I don't know. He left. He took his .38 with a holster in it, and I think his wallet. It just seems to me very odd that what was going on. He also, I believe they found a U.S. Air Force shirt out near the house, or I'm not sure. I heard conflicting reports that it was his or it wasn't his, but you know, when you're trying to disappear, you're going to change your appearance. You're going to take off what you got and put something else on. So nobody really knows.
So what you're saying is either maybe he was taken or that he went of his own volition and just wanted to get off the grid?
Possibly. I've talked to a lot of those folks that are a little bit afraid of, you know, being whistleblowers and things like that. Not that he was a whistleblower, but he was involved with I believe with the fellow from Blink 182, the rock band that he spent a lot of time researching the UFO/UAP issue with a lot of the folks that I know. So, I mean, it's all suspect, and the fact the FBI got involved with it too is something I think that bears mentioning. There's obviously some serious.
Yeah. There's Palm Beach Pete again. Oh, here's some pictures of him when he's younger. See, he looks like Fonzie, doesn't it? Well, why don't they show some younger pictures of Epstein to compare them? They still don't say his name. Not Epstein. Well, then who are you? I've never seen a case where someone claims they're not someone, but they won't say who they are. And I'm sorry, but telling people that you're Palm Beach Pete is not answering any questions. It's a made-up name. Is his name Peter? You know, if he is Epstein, Peter would be probably an appropriate name to call himself, his alter ego, because of the nastiness of Epstein. Oh, ever wonder why people spend so much money on crappy art? This guy explains it.
When the tax authorities Why do billionaires pay millions of dollars for paintings that look absolutely terrible? It's not because they love ugly art. It's because they understand something you were never taught. Here is how it works. When the tax authorities send a billionaire an $80 million tax bill, they don't pay for it like normal people. Instead, they go shopping. Not for a yacht, not for a mansion, but for a painting. They drop $50 million on something that looks like a child threw paint at a wall. But here is what most people completely miss. They do not hang it in the living room. They store it in a free port. A free port is basically a high-security warehouse where the ultra-wealthy park their assets and bypass most tax rules entirely. The painting just sits there, tax-free. Now here is where it gets powerful. They put it up for auction. Other billionaires in the same circle start bidding against each other. Not because they want the ugly painting, but because by doing so, they artificially inflate the price on paper. That $50 million painting. It is now valued at $80 million. And here is where the real move happens. They do not sell it. They donate it to a museum. And the moment they do, the government hands them a full $80 million tax write-off. That original tax bill, gone. They paid zero to the government, offloaded the painting, and now the world calls them generous, art-loving philanthropists. The museum gets a headline. They get to keep their $80 million. So the next time you see an ugly painting sell for millions, understand this. To billionaires, it is not art. It is a financial weapon disguised as culture, and the system was built to let them use it. If you want to learn more ways billionaires protect their wealth, comment wealth and I will personally send you my playbook.
Did you know that I'm working on my second billion? Yeah. I missed my first billion. Here we go. Rubio and Trump.
Check them.
No.
Hurry up and buy.
Quality Leering Center.
Hurry up and buy. Hurry up and buy.
Hey! You dropped something.
Yeah, break yourself, fool.
I feel sorry for your mother.
What you say about my mama? Break yourself. You break your butt, so the fight.
Okay. Look at this is the perfect reason to buy a Tesla. This is so freaking funny.
Got a bit of a problem. Every time I walk away from my car and it locks itself, it farts, and I don't know how to turn it off. My husband and my son have done this, so if there's anyone out there who owns a Tesla who knows how to stop it from farting, will you please let me know? Here's what it does look. Please, someone tell me how to switch this off. Got a bit of a problem. Every time I walk away from...
Oh, let's listen to that again.
Please, someone tell me how to switch this off.
But she's laughing.
Got a bit of a problem.
Leave it. Here's Palm Beach Pete again. He just keeps turning up. Looking more and more like Epstein every day.
Good morning, everybody. Palm Beach Pete from sunny Florida. Not a cloud in the sky. I'm off to play some tennis. I'm not Jeffrey Epstein. I'm Palm Beach Pete. I want to thank all my followers. This thing has gone crazy viral. Over 100,000 plus followers in less than 2 days. Have a great day. Enjoy life. Good morning, everybody. Palm Beach Pete from sunny.
Isn't that funny? And there's our last show. That brings us right on back. Right on back. And I guess we're going to end it right there, folks. I want to thank everyone who came along. We do this Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at right around 9 p.m. Central, because we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious and the paranormal is the new normal. So keep your cameras pointed to the skies so you can take a picture of that crazy UFO and come on to the Truth Quest and talk all about it. Oh, yeah. Wouldn't that be groovy? Groovy like a record, you might even say. All right, I got to give my little message here. It's going to be up, 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 up. All right. It's going to be caps lock. Thank you all so very much. Thank you all so very much. And see if the heart transfers over to here. I think it does. And looks like Catherine Weiss, one of our Ultramods, says, good night, everyone. And I want to thank all the Ultramods for their awesome work today and every day. Thanks, Ultramods. And Cap78 Pack says, great show this evening at Aaron. God bless you all. Much love. Peace in worldwide. And see you Wednesday, brother. All right. Look at that. Too cool for school. Look at that. And I said, thank you all so very much. Really appreciate each and every one of you. And thanks for liking and sharing, hitting the old algo rhythm and the algo beat and the algo melody. All right, everyone. Well, we'll see you on Wednesday. Until then, peace in. World peace, baby. It's coming. Oh, and we deserve it. The world deserves it. Peace. World peace. Peace in.